Good morning, y'all. This is take two of this video because I remembered what I was trying to remember. um, so last night, uh, I'm going to do my research, but I had a dream that somebody sounded like a female was using the seven spirits of God spoken of in the book of Revelation, and maybe, I don't know, maybe Daniel, Isaiah. I have to look. I'm not going to speak on it until I do my research. But I felt like the Lord was telling me that they're using the seven spirits of God. Um, there's one God, one spirit, but how it's described as characteristics, or I can't think of the word, you guys, but it's being used out of context. I haven't seen any videos about the seven spirits of God, but whoever this is using this out of context, and I feel like it's a female. I know it's a female. That's what I heard. She. Okay, so I don't even want to get into that until I look up all the stuff. So you guys, yesterday about 11 o'clock, they declared a state of emergency here in South Carolina as a precaution. They haven't ordered any evacuations. That's probably why you haven't seen it on, like, you know, anywhere. Maybe Georgia and North Carolina. I spent some time yesterday talking to a couple people. They checking on me and I'm checking on them. I appreciate all the um, prayers you guys are sending out for us. Um, just continue to pray for Florida too. They're gonna get it first. Um, I'm gonna keep my eye on this thing because as of this morning, I only watch a little teeny piece of the news. Um, they're showing it's coming up over the water, even though the water's warm. Uh, After it hits Florida as maybe a one or a two. I can't. I gotta trust God. He told me. I can't trust God. Can't trust these meteorologists. Speaking of meteorologists, you guys, so when the lady came on to talk about the state of emergency that our governor declared as a precaution, to start getting, perhaps funds, getting these things organized. They were having sound technical difficulties, and I heard that same ash. Okay, you guys. So maybe I was hearing, maybe I heard it then, or maybe I was hearing in the spirit. They were having difficulties, and she was echoing. And right before they cut to commercial. I heard the shh. They cut to commercial, and they came back, and then you didn't hear the echo in the studio. So that was another confirmation for me that the Lord is, there's a sense of urgency, and I don't know why. I gotta trust God. I don't care what this forecast says. Okay, you guys. So I've been preparing all day yesterday. One more thing, that vision of the radio tower, you guys, that I had. I told you the Lord was pointing my attention to three things: communications issues, um, those two sunspots, and I think the bottom one is the one that erupted into the solar flare. Okay, when I did the update, I showed you guys two sunspots, or led you to a video, two new sunspots, and I think that bottom one is the one that erupted. I even heard that there were actually two solar flares. I don't know. And number three, Irma and Josie. Josie is, we know Irma is an issue. We're watching Josie, but those were the three things that the Lord was pointing my attention to from those two red spots from that radio tower. One being on the top, one being on the bottom. I'll leave the thumbnail as the radio tower. Um, you guys, earthquakes, electromagnetic storms, uh, communications, auroras. All those are a concern for this X flare. I think it's, you'll be feeling the effects of it. I think maybe today on, or maybe the ninth. I've heard some different things. Um, please keep an eye on that, because this is the second thing the Lord has shown me concerning this this solar flare. You know, when Dabu said radio blackout, that was a confirmation to me that I was on the right track, because that was one of the first things that, you know, I was thinking about when I first had this radio tower um, vision. That was one, this solar flare, these two sunspots were one of the three things that the Lord was pointing my attention to. So I'm telling you guys, so you guys can keep an eye out. Maybe there will be some type of interruption in our communications. I'm putting a warning out there, you guys. Okay? Um, and I think Paul Begley made a great point. He said, you know, what if China, or maybe he didn't say North Korea, but I would say North Korea. I think he said only China. What if they use this as an opportunity to do an EMP? I believe it's you know, I believe it's a possibility, and we need to. I'm giving you the heads up because the Lord showed me twice about this particular these sunspots. Okay, you guys, please. Um, I'll be back. I had two visions yesterday. I think I've seen some confirmations on one, and maybe one on the other. I'll be back, and I'll do it in a separate video. Okay, you guys? I'll be back.